Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras here with ILTV's Morning Brief. We start today with some sad news. An IDF soldier has been killed this morning, and the soldier, identified now as 21-year-old Staff Sergeant Amit Ben Yigal from Ramat Gan, is the first IDF soldier to be killed in the past year. At around 4:30 in the morning, Yigal and other troops from the Golani Recon Battalion had been carrying out arrests in the Palestinian village of Yabad in northern Judea and Samaria, or the West Bank. And the unit had detained 4 wanted individuals suspected of involvement with terror groups and throwing stones. But on the way out of the village, locals began showering the soldiers with stones from the rooftops above. And one stone, just smaller than half a meter or 1.5 feet wide, hit Yigal directly on the head. He was evacuated then to Haifa's Rambam Medical Center, but was pronounced dead shortly after. Israeli authorities vow to find the attacker and send condolences to Yigal's family. The Jewish holiday of Lag BaOmer is here, but in spite of special restrictions due to the coronavirus, large crowds and bonfires are still smattered across certain neighborhoods in Israel. Footage of the festivities shows men, women, and children dancing and grouping together as hundreds of residents in the ultra-Orthodox Jerusalem neighborhood of Mea Shearim fill the streets. And then similar crowds of hundreds congregated around bonfires in nearby Bet Shemesh and Bnei Brak outside of Tel Aviv, as police attempted to disperse the people. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Netanyahu and other senior authorities are issuing harsh condemnations over the violations. And National Security Council head Meir Ben Shabbat says that the willful ignorance is liable to lead to further outbreaks and morbidity. In fact, while ultra-Orthodox Jews or Haredim account for just 10% of the general population in Israel, they account for roughly 70% of those infected with COVID-19, and 37% of all the virus deaths in the country come from Jerusalem and Bnei Brak alone, the 2 cities with the largest concentrations of Haredim in the country. Ultra-Orthodox leader, Interior Minister, and Shas Party Chief Aryeh Deri even says that now the ultra-Orthodox community needs to do some serious soul-searching. The numbers both here and abroad show that Haredim are disproportionately more affected by the virus, forcing Deri to conclude that, quote, on one side God is protecting us, but on the other, he's telling us something, end quote. It's a new day and new COVID-19 numbers are in. The death toll in Israel has unfortunately risen now to 258 by Monday night, but the spread is still slowing in Israel, and the number of confirmed infections is now around 16,500, with around 30 new cases since yesterday. 66 are in serious condition, including 58 on ventilators, but 400 people have recovered in the last 24 hours too, dropping the new number of active cases to just 4,400. Again, though, experts are still warning that it's too soon to celebrate. National Security Advisor Meir Ben Shabbat is urging ministers this week to stop easing restrictions so quickly, or else a second outbreak will come. And health ministry officials are similarly sounding alarm bells. That said, there are some plans to monitor the health of the nation. A nationwide serological testing program, which looks for antibodies in the blood, is now set to pilot in the COVID virus hotspot of Bnei Brak, and the country's HMOs will be participating in the project. With this, researchers will create a situation map of how many people have immunity and where the virus has spread to. The moment we've all been waiting for is here. The direct railway between Jerusalem's Yitzhak Navon station and Tel Aviv's Savidor Central is opening, and it's set to carry its first passengers May 24th. Now, as you probably know, work has broken down for most industries over COVID-19. But with the roads and railways practically cleared for months now, infrastructure on this newest train line has accelerated. And Transportation Minister Bezalel Smotrich says that the line will be further extended to Herzliya by the end of the summer. It'll also boast some 24 new eco-friendly carriages by the end of next year, meaning greater passenger capacity and fewer technical issues. This line was originally approved of in 2001, though, by then Prime Minister Ariel Sharon, and it's 12 years past due and at more than double the original cost. Still, by the end of the month, the new line will rocket 2 trains per hour in each direction between Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, with stops at Ben Gurion Airport, South Tel Aviv's Ha'Haganah Station, and Central Tel Aviv's HaShalom. And it'll run from 6:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. every weekday and on Saturday evenings. That's all for now, but for more news from Israel, remember to like ILTV on Facebook and on Instagram, and to subscribe to us on YouTube. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.